efficient way for folks to be able to manage their health care costs very efficiently. And, what the current health care bill that was passed, it basically destroys HSAs. And we've got to encourage that type of innovation. Yeah. And it really does allow people to manage their risk and to participate in the cost. That's how you hold down costs, is to have people actually have a stake in the spending that goes on. So, plus, yes, that's part of my reform.
Plus full deductibility. That is extremely important.
Right.
I've heard some of the critics say, well, you just can't afford a full deductibility. Wait a second. What exactly are we proposing that we can afford? The incredible wealth transfer and cost shifting that you're going on? Or why not just apply that directly rather than indirectly?
Right. Well, when this thing fully kicked in, and without the gimmicks that they've used on the short term here that supposedly pay for it, this will add about, over 10 years, when it kicks in, about $2.3 trillion additional debt to this country. We simply can't afford it. It's bad policy. It is the wrong thing to do, and we're stifling job growth. This thing does kill jobs.
Congressman,
what we should not be doing.
Congressman, you have a couple of extra moments here if you'd like to take some calls?
Sure.
I'll take a short time out then. Congressman Tom Latham is on our newsmaker line, and he is an Iowa congressman who has joined Congressman Steve King and now Terry Branstad in resisting the full-fledged Obamacare, one on a lawsuit basis, and the other is the repeal of the act. Quick question from you at 284-1040 or 800-469-4295. Back in a moment. And coming up, we're going to have some open line time. Right now on our newsmaker line, our own Congressman Tom Latham is here to add his voice to the repeal of Obamacare. Congressman Latham, we have a lot of folks with questions here for you, beginning with Charisse. Good morning, Charisse.
Good morning, Congressman Latham. Good morning, Congressman Latham.
Yes, we're going to. I think what would happen here, Charisse, we lost the congressman. I think he fell off. He had a cell phone. This happens every once in a while. So go ahead and ask your question, and when we get him back on, we'll see if I can repeat the question here for you.
Okay, thank you. First of all, I want to express how much I'm actually I live in his congressional district, and how much we appreciate his hard work and in representing his district.
Well, since he's not here to actually hear this, Charisse, I'm going to just trash talk him and say I don't think Tom Latham works all that hard, and he can't defend himself. So what's the downside?
I will defend him. How about that?
All right.
No, he's absolutely tremendous. He works his heart.
Well, Tom, are you there?
Yes, I am.
I was just defending you. We had this woman who was just trash talking you fiercely,
and I accidentally hung up on Charisse. I need to apologize to her. I'm sorry.
No, she was saying all kinds of really good stuff. She's just assaulting your character, your work ethic, your voting patterns. Says, I could be wrong.
One of the two of them was doing that.
Let's talk to some more folks. She wanted to know what's going to happen in the Senate. If you guys repeal it over on your side, what's going to happen on the Senate side?
What I would, obviously I'd love to have a vote over there, because I think you get every Republican, and I think you get quite a few Democrats, and actually you may have a majority to repeal it. I don't think Harry Reid's going to allow it, and certainly there would be a 60-vote threshold that someone would put a filibuster in on it. So it's going to be difficult to move it, but I wish they'd just schedule an up or down vote to see where people are on this in the Senate and hold them accountable over there. There's a lot of folks, I think 23 Democrats up for re-election next time, and this is a critical issue for them.
So you're suggesting it's a long shot?
Well, it certainly is with Harry Reid over there, absolutely. But I think we've got to do it. And, if we don't do this, we'll never have the American people know where people stand on this job-killing legislation. And that's what I'd love to see, even have a cloture vote over in the Senate to see where people are on it, to proceed to have a final vote, which would just take the majority. But it's a 60-vote hurdle, so it's probably not not going to happen, but at least get people on record for it.
Okay. And Sharice, I defended you, Sharice.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I just want to say good morning to Congressman Latham, and again, thank him for his dedication and his hard work, not only for his congressional district, but for the entire state of Iowa.
Well, you're very, very kind, Sharice.
So thank you.
He just got reelected. You don't need to give campaign speeches, for Pete's sake.
I know, but I want the entire state to know how hard he works, not only his congressional district. The reason why I'm calling, Congressman, is because I would like you to explain if the Obamacare is repealed in the House of Representatives, what's the process for going into the Senate and possibly getting a vote there, and if Senator Reid will actually schedule it or not.
Okay, Sharice, I know that's a personal question. I just had him answer that question for you in detail. The short answer is it's difficult, but it's a long shot, but don't give up hope. Does that adequately summarize what you said?
You're perfect, Jan, as always.
Okay,
yeah.
This is Tim. Good morning, Tim.
Good morning, Jan.
Hi.
I enjoy your program every day.
Thank you, sir.
Jan, I pay my own health insurance. Who pays the congressman's health insurance?
Well, you do.
Yes, exactly.
Well, just like any other public employee, the same way.
Yes, and I'm wondering, why do we pay so many? We have thousands of government employees. Why do we, Joe Public, have to pay theirs?
All right, Congressman Latham. Why should we worry about your health?
I totally agree. And any change that's happened that will happen, Congress should be the members of Congress should have the same health care as everybody else. There is somewhat of I pay about $400 a month for my health care. It's a simple Blue Cross Blue Shield plan. That's for my wife and myself, but it's a benefit of all. We're treated the same as any other federal employee. But you're exactly right. If there's reform, that members of Congress should have the same options or lack of options, which this health care bill is going to introduce, as everybody else does. We shouldn't be treated any differently as far as I'm concerned.
Okay. This is Andy. Good morning, Andy.
Morning, Jan. Good morning, Congressman Latham. You are my congressman, and I appreciate your diligent work very much. I just have a quick question on redistricting and what you think, or if you've, kind of maybe crunched the numbers and done a little strategizing, and what you think is going to happen with us going down to 4 representatives from 5.
Congressman Boswell has already challenged Tom Latham to a duel. I'm willing to be satisfied with the results of that, aren't you, Andy?
I would love to see that.
10 paces.
The answer is with our system in Iowa, which I support. I think it's actually good because you do not take into consideration of where anyone lives. It's whole counties with the state legislative seats set inside of the congressional districts. We'll see where the map comes up. If you would go back with 2009 census numbers, I think you could see a map using those numbers at least that would probably put Mr. Boswell, possibly Mr. King together. But no one knows at this point where it's going to go. If you look geographically I live in Story County right now, just north of Polk. You would think that maybe they would be put together. So, but we don't know, and we have no influence on the system, and quite honestly, the people who vote on it are much more concerned about their state legislative districts and Senate districts than what they are about congressional lines. So we really have no input into it, and we'll just see where it comes down and deal with it then.
We'll take one more call right before Farm Markets. This is Kevin. Tom Latham is on our Newsmaker line. Good morning, Kevin.
Hey, good morning. Say, I was curious, why couldn't they attach a repeal to another bill? It seems like that happens all the time.
Well, you certainly could attach it. I would guess that the president would veto that also, and it would take 67 votes over in the Senate to override the veto. But No. We'll try everything possible. The best course of action is to really not fund the enactment of all the new regulations, all the new boards and panels and commissions. There's going to be the bill itself was 2,400 pages. They're estimating at least 10,000 pages of new regulations coming down, and if we can stop them from enacting all of this insanity, I think we'd be as well off. But no, there's all kinds of avenues we could approach the repeal, but you still have the president sitting there with a veto pin, and it would take 67 votes in the Senate. That probably will not happen.
Congressman Tom Latham, thank you for your time this morning, sir.
Thank you, Jan. Great to talk to you.
You bet. Bye-bye. Right after our farm markets with Bob Quinn, we'll reconvene open line time the rest of the morning. A number of you have called me and given me emails following the hearings last night on the budget cuts. This is